This is definitely the most bizarre question I have ever seen on a job application. You have been given an elephant. You can't give it away. Oscillate. What would you do with the elephant? When you're on a ship heading to a habitable world and you pass another ship heading in the opposite direction. I went to a job interview for Waffle House and one of the questions was, can you fight? No, you don't get it. No, put November is actually good for you. It's the challenge where you don't put for 30 days and if you lose you don't have self-control. Will you please shut up, man? 2 places you should not have to pay for parking. 1. The university you attend. 2. The hospital. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The man who lived for 82 years lied without ever seeing a woman and only knew they existed from books. Report. LOC sold $3 million of Google stock 4 weeks ago. Yesterday the DOJ opened a lawsuit against Google to break up their tech monopoly. LOC gets a free pass for white collar crime. Anyone else would be in jail. That is why you can't get a takeaway tonight. Your dad went to buy some milk. Panic. He came back an hour later with 2 milks. Calm. He cover in blood. Panic. This story happened 33 years ago. Yeah, so in 1970, in 1990. What do I do with you? Trauma. Perfect. Humor. I'm still here. Pot agreed looking A. He looks like the caveman that wasn't allowed to sleep close to the bonfire. Sean Legend Riley joins the movement. Will send to everyone who donates to Australia wildfire relief. I have seen this bee get by 4 elephant mocks the F I'm gonna do with it. WebMD telling me I have but I'm a guy. Me saying something weird in school, the teacher right behind me. Tip, spice up your panic attack with a harmonica. Relax, I hid the contraceptive pills in the gun. Every time an actor does an interview about how they gained weight for a role they're like, honestly I just ate absolute nasty disgusting garbage for a month straight, and then they go on to describe my normal meat that I have been eating for 31 years. Monk is making fun of tourists. Be like, let me take a selfie. I put a small rubber band around my sack like the bulls and do a quick snap before heavy compounds. I have self before workout and it did give a huge energy boost for real, but feels weird to do that every time, man, haha. Both seats are occupied. Me in public minding my own business. Intrusive thoughts telling me to complete strangers. I was using a carrot as a dough and accidentally shoved it up my A and now I can't get it out. Every online tip tells me to just go to the hospital, but I live in a very phobic third world country and there aren't many explanations for this. What the F am I supposed to do now? If you go bankrupt you're allowed to not pay your employees. If you go bankrupt you still have to pay student loans. Almost like the laws exist to protect the capitalist class. Please sir, I want some more. Bro, quit sending me that. Just tell me how much you want. I be drowning in champagne but the cham is silent. Life hack. Carve a pumpkin to distract you from the fact that you're also a lifeless round object putting on a fake smile. What age were you when you first saw the 8 in the middle of the 8 of diamonds? What does plutonium taste like? Plutonium has a very candy-like taste. It's very sour though not overly so, and it is equally sweet. Me. Wow, things cannot possibly get effing worse. Things. Couple making out in the hallway. Fight breaks out in the hallway. Kid walking too fast in the hallway. Teachers, no running in the halls. Picasso self-portrait at ages 18, 25 and 90. Gonna say it, Picasso did not age well. I wonder when the Bermuda Triangle stopped working. Not a lot of drama there anymore. Cop in face by an armed black man. The cop, please don't shoot me, that man. The best homemade dinner on the planet X. All of the UK eats like the Germans are still flying overhead. when I'm in a not bringing up controversial topics at work competition and my opponent is the real world. Me patiently sipping my tea waiting for Halloween. All dreams have meaning, meanwhile my dreams. Me after handing the IRS $27 as the other 4 zeros are insignificant. Thank you school, where $270,000, up your bum mate. I just found out I gotta trust men in order to find a boyfriend. I love watching Twitter videos. I love watching videos. Next week has been exhausting. Why is charging $50 for a $6 case of water during a hurricane considered price gouging, but charging $700 for a $5 vial of insulin is considered health? My BF was slow cooking ribs and I guess they were done in the middle of the night, so this man wakes me up at 3 AM and goes, "Here babe, I brought you a rib." So we sat in bed and ate ribs. I have found my soulmate. Then he tried to me. Me checking if that salad I ate last week has worked its magic yet. Huh, what's your favorite color? Me, green. Huh, which green though? Me, the green one. Should I put this crystal in his car lol? My fat A thought this was chicken. Can't believe I'm pregnant again, must be something in the air. Yeah, your legs. Shut up. Ma'am, respectfully, you about as bright as a black hole and twice as dense. I need escapism. Let's retreat to the online world. YouTube comments, YouTube replies. You don't like pineapple on pizza. I don't like pineapple in general. We are not the same. Subtitle: Fart noise. Deaf people realizing farting makes noise. Here's what your childhood heroes are doing now. Annie went into a coma after taking too much LSD. Bert was found dead in a park near the hospital. I can't wait for them to ban TikTok, but Peter, that will put thousands of Gen Z influencers out of work. I already support banning it. You don't have to sell me. Show me bobs. No. Under Bob Challenge, heart-shaped Bob Challenge, drummer girls Bob Challenge. Challenge accepted. Me, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus. Netflix is opening up a restaurant in Los Angeles. Sadly, you can't share a table there. D20Q0, you have got the reflexes of a deer in the headlights. I would rather go without oxygen for 24 hours than without God for 1 minute. Oxygen, invented in the 1700s, got since forever. This is why we need higher education. Me, bully, quiet kid, homeschoolers. Why does Venice, Italy look like Patrick needing water? Who thinks the next generation is worse than theirs? Who takes responsibility for raising them? Get the extra hour sleep, stay awake the extra hour, clock's going back. Way too mean people clean during after work F time. It's what you're supposed to do afterwards. That's why these people got caught. Scientist drinks water believed to be 2.6 billion years old. Here's what it tasted like. If you don't know what this is, you're not allowed to complain about Netflix loading for 3 seconds. Dialing attempt 1 of 5. Be immortal. Any pet you have lives as long as you do. People with a brain. Red flags in females. Indian. 120 pounds. Only astrology. Vaccinated. 23 years old. Opinionated. Public Instagram. Bros. Green flag on females. Effing other guys. Go to bed, you'll feel better in the morning. Is the human version of did you turn it off and turn it back on again. McDonald's, after making their food taste like absolute shit, they saved 0.2 cents per burger. Yeah, I am just going to make it that when he listens to music to make him sleep, a horror movie ad will play. Maybe it's just the Generation Z in me, but how did people burn CDs? Like, how did you just get a blank CD and put songs on it? There are people alive that don't know how to burn CDs. I'm effing old. 54-year-old says he's happier than ever after his diagnosis and news he only has 6 months to live. Life. Those few seconds of happiness, life. In the Netherlands it's a custom to hang your backpack on the flag when you pass your exams. Here is my picture. What do you hang if you don't pass the exam? Yourself. Minecraft back then. Minecraft now. Gaming community. We are tired of AAA games because they became a conveyor. Also gaming community when they see another pixel art indie roguelite. The Mythbusters. The science community's attempt to introduce bits of the metric system to Americans. Are you still mad at me? Yes, I have 70 ways I can make it up for you. I'm listening. First a big hug, and the rest. 69. How girls dressed as Barbie for Halloween think they look. Who they actually look like. Back in the day, I could still manage to game 15 hours a day. Now I even struggle with playing an hour. Hogwarts is my ideal education system mainly because there's no mandatory physical exercise and all meals are served buffet style. Someone. My wish is so small. The wish. The Zell tension between me and my 12 gauge is extremely dangerous. Satan. Psychopaths. YouTube Kids content creator. Excuse me sir, are those runes some kind of lost language? No, he's just got bad handwriting. Lonely people take longer hotter showers or baths to replace the warmth they're lacking socially or emotionally. Okay, I wasn't expecting to be attacked like that. Wait, I didn't lie on an accident. No, you lied of a heart attack when your family sold your old Nintendo and your video game collection. My parents laughing at a dirty joke in a kid's movie, me not knowing what they are laughing at. Everyone is a gangster until the real gangster walks in. Me to myself when I realize I have to step outside, talk to someone and go out on dates before I get into a relationship. If you eat a whole cake without cutting it, then you only had one piece. I'm overwhelmed by the things I can't do. I want to take my time but everything's moving too fast. I want to take my time, but I feel like I'm left behind. Getting to sleep peacefully. My body doing that weird falling thing. It's so embarrassing how many times I have finished watching a movie at home and think, oh man, that was pretty good, then googling it to find out more just to see it's actually universally agreed to be the worst movie ever and has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. My GF asked me which one I like more. Up and only during November, not Starks. When you tell your mom a funny story and it turns into a lecture, I just wanted to make you laugh. Introverts preparing to make a phone call. Supporting the next generation, mocking the new generation for being younger. Older generations. Watched Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you like it very much? The chicken was hot. Did the guy ever get the promotion? I need closure. Corey Chase. Yes, he did. I'm a chemistry student. Draw the diagram of benzene. That's on me. I set the bar too low. Me using in my password because I speak Turkish. Some random hacker. Calling your mother mama. Calling your mother mom. Calling your mother mama. My dad once said, do what you hate first thing in the morning to get it out of the way, then 2 months later called me on my birthday at 6 AM. One Piece and Pokemon 1100 episodes. Sesame Street 4674. When you're 30 and your friends don't wanna go trick or treating with you, effing grow up. There is a really good looking guy in my accounting class and his Insta was on private, so I sent a follow request during class and he looked over at me then denied the request. The Bible, God will never give you more than you can handle, millennials. Staying single so nobody has to deal with or waste time with my ugly and boring I'm a generous God. The world, why don't you use Celsius? Americans, 69 degrees. This year your best friend is getting pregnant. I would be seriously concerned if he was. Someone please stop working and talk to me about what in the living F Simon Cowell has done to his face. He put it and she kept looking. Science teaches when you mix water and food coloring without wearing safety goggles, we're all gonna lie. Cars in action movies. Cars in horror movies. For sale. Runs well. My parents in their 30s. Honey, let's get a super fast 256 kbps internet. Me in my 30s. 100 mbps is too expensive. Isn't that the feeding with mock guy? What? OMG, is that the creature? Even more terrifying and doesn't even produce milk. I beg to differ. FNAF movie makes a ton of money on opening weekend. That one person over at Universal now trying to defend the decision to also release it on Peacock even though the box office could have been much bigger. Last night I was explaining to a new gym instructor about how I have got metal rods along my spine and she replied, "Oh, so you're like a kebab band? I don't think I'll stop thinking about that for a while." What people on YouTube think a prank looks like versus what a real prank looks like. Trolled my friend by writing the entire Markiplier FNAF1 Let's Play in front of his house made entirely from signs. This game looks. Then don't play it. Trees during Christmas. The birds in their nests. Dress like paranormal beings on Halloween. Dress as one can on Halloween. Getting bored of 69 and 420, they should release new funny numbers. This is why I have trust issues. Iceland. Greenland. I had a friend who basically learned how to code from short. LMAO, that's wild. I guess he learned Python. Meeting a new friend. They use mid to describe every anime they don't like. Me, my music taste. My sense of humor. Things that should not be joked about. Things that I find funny. Why I'm going to hell. The only Perry that matters anymore. When you realize you have been on low battery mode your entire life. Low battery mode. Full potential. Taylor Swift. Her executives. Getting every possible dollar from her fans. Going to sit next to the richest looking middle-aged man on my flight and scroll through mine for 3 hours straight. 2 hours of sleep, 11 hours of sleep. The home of people who use screen protector. Me trying to open a jar of pasta sauce. How do you tell the difference between a chemist and a plumber? Ask them to pronounce unionized. Holy F, that's clever. It took me 5 minutes to get this. Extremely clever. This joke annoys me because there's no way to tell it verbally. You're in the middle of mass panic. You have been, but it's not fatal. Calm. You're going to be treated in an American hospital. Panic. Love is an empty emotion in this black hole we call life. To me, this is no time to recite my wedding vows. Just because I tend to act a little more immature doesn't mean I'm a child. I mean, I'm 17 years old, but I'm not a child. I did it. I got myself a boyfriend and it stemmed from a healthy friendship. Woohoo. I have a partner to cook crystal with. Me, wanting a romantic relationship and a job. 4 to 6 hours of effing homework every day including weekends. You really are cute. You're so cute no matter how I look at you. Oh, I love you. Nobody. Cats. When an actor has to play an actor in a movie, it's like I was made for this. Are you trying to sleep? Yes. Now please shut up. What would you do if one day you suddenly woke up to a tiger in your backyard? Google. Your last name can be traced in your ancestry to what you did. People with the last name cousins. 5 days of school, 2 days off. Schools, perfectly balanced as all things should be. Oh, and you from message someone. I will respond to it later. So I can't let you into heaven until you answer all those messages. Just send me to hell. Yeah, I figured. Detective Pikachu movie, both Sonic movies, Mario movie, FNAF movie. Leaving house, good for depression, bad for anxiety. Staying at house, good for anxiety, bad for depression. Standing directly in the doorway to achieve peak mental health. My partner when I fart. My partner when they fart. No you guys, my dad was watching a video on his laptop in the living room and I walked up behind him and said, "Who's that effing nerd?" And to my horror the nerd on the screen laughed. It was a Zoom meeting. The nerd is one of our company's investors. I will cast a spell to make you have a good day. It is done. Burn the witch. When you lie and some all-powerful entity asks if you want to reincarnate 400 years in the past or 400 years in the future. Genie, you have 3 wishes. Me, I wish the burning of the Library of Alexandria never happened. Genie, okay, that's a pretty good wish. You still have 3 left. That one's on me. When you don't let the pizza rolls cool off. When your kids finally move out and quit leaving the lights on. I don't know if that smelled too good. Jerry doesn't like baths. Even better, that bath water must be a rare holy elixir. What the F? Oh nah. Say the line. It's just a theory. Scientists and engineers in the early 1900s, when they find the most unethical and inefficient way to accomplish the most basic thing ever. Modern problems require modern solutions. You're at a wedding and you have noticed your aunt's horrific looking hat. You mustn't laugh. You mustn't. I carry my little sister and throw her in the ice cream. What the F, man? That's a waste of ice cream. Nah man, extra flavor. Scientist, you can't hear pictures. Me.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.